If you were smart and saved and invested your money while you were young, you would easily become a millionaire by the age of 50 or 60 or 70 or whatever. But is it even worth becoming a millionaire at that age, at the expense of all the experiences and things you could have bought in your youth? In this video, I would like to discuss how you can save your money and invest it and accomplish your financial goals without sacrificing your youth. So this is about living a good lifestyle while also being sensible. So it's basically having your cake and eating it. And who doesn't love cake? I actually don't love cake, but most people do. This video is not really about money saving hacks. Like, I'm not gonna tell you buy old clothes from the thrift shop and buy a $500 car and like eat at McDonald's or something like that. Like, this is like a general sort of thing that could apply to everyone at any budget. These are like mindset techniques, sort of. Not like, these are sort of like more psychological techniques, not so much like how to save $5 here and there. So this is not about just saving, it's about optimizing and spending smartly, because money is the tool, it's not the goal. Like, your goal is not to just have a big number in the bank, it's to have a good lifestyle overall. We like money because of what money buys us, because of the comfort and the things that we can get with our money. So if you are living uncomfortably but you have a lot of money in the bank, there's no point of that. And before we continue, I'm just gonna say that nothing in this video is financial advice and it's for entertainment purposes only. So I'm gonna cover 4 main steps that are quite simple that should help you achieve this. So the first one is you need to change how you see money. So as we said, money is a tool, not the goal, and you need to know the difference between spending and investing. So buying clothes that are just clothes to wear, not any like collectible pieces or something like that, are a form of spending. And investing is like buying stocks or a course or something. I'm not selling you a course, don't worry. Or buying like a device or a tool that would help you make money. Like, let's say you buy a laptop that you can work on, or you buy a lawnmower to mow people's lawn or whatever. And you need to focus on delayed gratification. So when your income increases, which I hope it does, you should not like suddenly upgrade your lifestyle. Like, whatever comforts you have now, however your life is going right now, you can stay like that with a higher income and feel more financially secure. You don't have to suddenly like upgrade everything that you have for no reason. So when you get a income increase, maybe allocate a larger percentage of that to investing or saving or something like that. And you would still have maybe the same amount that you were spending before on fun and leisure and things like that. Step 2 is the guilt-free spending rule. So you should allocate an amount that you can spend guilt-free. So in the 50-30-20 rule, it's 50 for your needs, 30 for your wants, and 20 for your savings. If you're younger, it's better to obviously save more than that if you can. Like 20%. Younger people, especially who have less responsibilities, if you don't have like a family yet that you have to take care of, or you're not paying rent, or you're not paying for your own car or something like that, you could easily increase that savings rule. Like, this 50-30-20 is for like the average person who's like maybe middle-aged, or you know, in their 40s and mid-level in their career and things like that. But if you're young, you could easily, in many cases, save like 50% of your income or more of that. Everyone's situation is different, but a lot of people can. But you should set like, let's say 10 to 20% of your income. I mean, it's better to minimize this, but you can allocate an amount of your income to leisure and guilt-free spending, where you can say, okay, this month, every month I have this much that I can spend on whatever I want and I don't have to feel bad about it. If you want to treat yourself to like a new device or a special spa experience or a meal or a holiday or whatever it is, and prioritize experiences over things. Of course, this is up to you, but the other thing is that when you do your leisure spending, try to also optimize the leisure spending if you can, like in a way that it is still something enjoyable, but you can focus on how you would benefit from this or how it would make you go closer to your goals. So for example, if you have extra money, you could, if you want to do some leisure spending, you could spend on a holiday where you could go somewhere and have a good time, but also network with people and meet new people and learn new experiences and get some inspiration for your creative mind. Or if you want to buy some new clothes, maybe buy something that would look good in like a networking event, or something that would attract the right people to you, or like a luxury watch that would make you look more important in meetings or in business events or something like that. Step number 3 is to buy assets, not just random things. So an asset is something that holds its value or appreciates in value or makes you an income. So something like stocks or real estate, or even some luxury items like watches and handbags. Although things like watches and handbags should not be looked at as like a business asset, unless you are a luxury item dealer or something like that, because they are actually just luxury items that you wear and use and whatever. And if you happen to sell them and make money from them, that's great. It is a bit tricky to make money from them if you don't know what you're doing, if you don't know much about watches or handbags or something like that. So buying any luxury watch or handbag is not necessarily an asset, or it's gonna make you money or something. So when we say assets, we generally mean like real estate or stocks or something like that, like real estate or stocks or like pieces of gold or something like that. And then there's something called the 50-50 rule, and there's also something called the happiness per dollar rule. The happiness per dollar rule is where you like consider the value of the money spent. So for example, if you were to spend $200 on like a course that would teach you a new skill, or spending $200 on just a party with your friends, which isn't necessarily going to add much value, is it worth spending this money on something that will just be a quick adrenaline rush, or is it better to spend it on something that will have some longer lasting benefits? Although it's okay to sometimes just have fun, like if you just wanna, if you've been working hard and you want to just have a break and just have some fun once in a while, like there's nothing wrong with that. And the 50-50 rule is where you match every luxury item or leisure purchase with purchasing an asset. So if you spent like $500 on like a party, for example, you match it with $500 invested in something, but you do the investment first. So it's like a precursor, so that if you want to buy this fun item, you have to first invest this. So this will also help you avoid impulse buys, impulse purchases, which a good way to deal with impulse purchases is that if you bought something on impulse, like you just saw something and you're just like, oh, I want to have it, you buy it. One thing you can do is, if it is something that is refundable, to buy it and just keep it for like a day or two without using it, and then after that day or two think that, should I return this or do I still want it? If you still want it, then fair enough, maybe you do want it. Sometimes after a day or two you just think, you know what, I don't actually want this and I'm not going to use it, so you might as well just return it. And in girl math, that's new money coming in. And then there's ways to turn everyday spending into wealth. So for example, using cashback credit cards, which can be a double-edged sword. So only use credit cards and things like that if you know that you can control yourself and that you will not fall into the trap of overspending and getting in debt and stuff like that. Because if you can control yourself, it can be a very powerful tool. You can like get tons of miles. Depending on the card you have, you can get a lot of miles. You can get like you could get like free upgrades to business class and lounge access and a lot of perks and refunds and warranties and rental car insurance, and you can get like a lot of benefits from credit card. But obviously nothing in life is free, so most people are very susceptible to overspending on credit cards. So keep that in mind. As strong as you think you are, you can definitely overspend on a credit card. Everything about them is designed to make you overspend. But if you are from that that tiny percentage who can outsmart the system, it can serve you really well. You could even invest in some companies who you are a customer of. If they give dividends, you can sort of like feel like you're like getting paid back from them. But I did do a video on this on TikTok before, and the amount you would have to invest would be like a lot more than buying the item. So if you buy like a $1,000 iPhone every year, or for example, if you buy a $1,000 iPhone and you want Apple stock to pay you that back in dividends, you would need to invest, let's see, Apple's dividend is I think like 0.8%. I could be wrong. I think it's like 0.8%, but just for argument's sake, let's just say it's 0.8%. And where is the calculator app? There it is. So you would need to invest like $125,000 in Apple to get like a free iPhone every year. Or maybe you could invest like 37,000 and in like 3 or 4 years get a free iPhone. This is obviously like not for everyone. So this is for people who 100,000 is like maybe 10% of their portfolio or something. So you would be at a point where buying an iPhone is not going to be such a big deal. But there are some stocks like energy companies where you could invest $20,000 and get like an electricity bill every year. Like your electricity bill for the year covered by $20,000. But anyway, that is more like a hypothetical example. Like I don't know a lot of people who would do that. For bigger portfolios, like $125,000 in Apple is really like not a big deal. But this video is more focused at people like who are still trying to find their way financially. And then step 4 is to automate your wealth. So before spending, try to, if you can, automatically set up something that like automatically takes out a portion of your salary as soon as it comes in and puts it in some other account that you can later like invest or something. That would be good, because you need to pay yourself first and then you work within the budget that's left over, and that way you won't feel like you're like penny pinching or that you're not like spending comfortably. You will usually be fine with it, and it'll just maybe not make you want to overspend for no reason. And when your money is in a separate account, like an investment account or some savings account, or like investment accounts are pretty good because it takes like a couple days for you to get your money out of there. So you will really want to spend on something to like wait for 2 days to get money out of it and spend it or whatever, rather than if you just have like tens of thousands in your bank account and like you can just buy anything you want anytime or something like that, rather than if you have like all your money in your bank account and just with one touch of your Apple Pay you can just buy anything you want. When your money is like invested or in assets or in stocks or in anything, it's not like in front of you, so you don't like see it and feel tempted to spend it. So to save money, you don't have to be like extremely penny pinching and living miserably and not enjoying your life. You can have a very good life while spending smartly. And then of course there's all the tips to, you know, you could buy like high quality clothes from outlets at lower prices instead of buying cheap clothes or buying full price expensive designer clothes. You could book your holiday at a slightly lower season time where flights and hotels are a bit cheaper, and you will still have the same experience. In fact, low season holidays are better because everything is less crowded and less expensive.
You can also choose to spend generously on some things and save on others.
But maybe I'll make another video about like little money hacks, but this was more about the psychological thing. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like and subscribe and comment your thoughts below. And if you have any video requests, let me know. And that's all for this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.